do not have much time. You must come to me.
Okay, I think I got it.
But I think it should be released now. Quickly.
Yeah, alright. I fixed OBS. No, there's nothing wrong.
The ARG starts with a stream from the official SCP-SL Twitch, with the amazing acting from the Northwood staff acting as if 079 hacked the stream, followed by the screen glitching through the micro HID room and surface zone, and eventually ending with 079 pictured on screen saying, "I do not have much time, you must come to me," before being cut off with the team being relieved that they fixed OBS. After this, the stream ended and everyone was sent to a different stream as part of a raid. This has no correlation to the ARG. Following this, SCP-SL was given an update to add this piece of audio to SCP-079's containment chamber. Making 079 chamber accessible without needing to power on the generators. At first glance, and not knowing any better, you would think this is just some sort of creepy message that 079 is putting out. The audio was put through a spectrograph being a visual way of representing the signal strength or loudness of a signal over time at various frequencies present in a particular waveform. It showed a link to a Discord server, the Discord server being called... This is where the whole thing began. Right after you entered the Discord server, you noticed that there was 5 O5 members, O5-1 through 4, and O5-69. Security Chief Theta is also a big part of this ARG, but they don't appear until day 2. There are also 6 categories with 8 channels. Classified 01, Server 1, Redacted, which was restricted, Server 2, Server 3, Unknown Server, and a VC with Unknown Server as the name, and Server 5. O5-69 was the one that stood out. Firstly, there is no O5-69, with the O5s ranging from -1 to -13. Additionally, they had the role of bad alongside their O5 council role, and their proper Discord ID was a string of numbers. These numbers, when decoding it into a hex to text converter, become Watcher. While this was being solved, O5-1's status changed to, and later changed to, O5-1 joined the voice call at approximately 21:30 GMT and started playing Morse code to the listeners. When translated to binary, this string of numbers was given, and when translated to words, gave you this. After this, O5-4 replies with the binary, which translates to... O5-1 also repeated this binary at the same time. After this, O5-1 rejoined the VC and started playing more Morse code, which then translated to "the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog," which is a common English pangram, a sentence that contains all the letters of the alphabet. Soon after, O5-69 changes its name and status to the following at 23:32 GMT. This cipher looked to be very close to website URL, so the Cipher team got onto cracking it. The first solution was a shift cipher, which was immediately disproved by members of the Cipher community that assumed it was a link. See, if it was a shift cipher, HTTPS would encode into a ciphertext resembling ABBCD. However, in this ciphertext, letters 2 and 3 are different. The Cipher team thought it could be a Vigenère cipher. A Vigenère cipher being a method of encrypting alphabetic text by using a series of interwoven Caesar ciphers based on the letters of a keyword. And soon it was solved to be a link to a QR code, which read, "It is widely assumed that the full message reads, 'I am not the same, the others are fakes, do not trust them.'" At 10:04 PM GMT, O5-1 posted in Server 2. This caused all members of the server to be able to post in Server 2, which was previously a read-only channel. 3 minutes of spam later, the channel was again made read-only, with the following messages appearing afterwards. O5-1 posted a new message. Some members of the community were dragged into a private VC with O5-1, where it is noted that O5-1 breathed into his microphone. Later, a new voice channel was created, and the community was split. 2 leaders were needed to be chosen. The first team chose Matt for his contribution to solving the Vigenère cipher. The second team chose 1080p Cat, as he was one of the people who were moved into the private VC. The 2 team leaders were given the following role. Later, O5-1 announced a test between 2 teams, 25 on each side, with each deciding a leader. There was then a test of morals. In front of you is a bag of money. If none of you take it, no one dies. If one takes it, the other dies. If both take it, both die. The leader of Team 2, 1080p Cat, chose Take, unlike the other team, surviving the test, and gaining the role of greedy victors. O5-69's profile picture changed to a highly compressed unknown object with faint dots nearby. Upon further inspection, the picture could be brightened to reveal more dots, in which it was noticed the dots formed a sort of Christmas tree made out of cats. Upon a reverse Google search, a Christmas tree made of cats could be found online. O5-1's image was found not to be fully black, having some lighter spots on it. O5-1's interaction with the ARG followers has risen. After the tests, the O5s began to talk to each other, as a group in a chat named Redacted. The ARG followers had nothing to do and started attempting to solve whatever the hell was happening before. For one, a glossed over detail was O5-2's profile picture. It changed to something that was red, creepy, and cryptic. Many assumed this was related to Garden Horse or Sleepwalker SCPs. The relation of this image to any SCPs is still unknown. After a short while, Teams 1 and 2 were forced into a unified chat, which started a panic. After everyone was transferred, a select few ARG followers, notably ones who were specifically ranked in the SCP-SL Discord in some way, were dragged back and forth between the voice channels, Redacted, and the one already being used by the majority. This started the Patience is a Virtue test. O5-1 joined the chat and told us that a select few people were going to get a DM. Each person in question had received a code. This code differed very slightly between all code-wielding members. Originally, most kept quiet about gaining a DM, though a small few, Ender, were very open and started using their knowledge and power to figure out what to do. This started about 0020 GMT, and everyone decided to hold out on sharing until 1 GMT. The group had a lot of time to bounce ideas off each other, with the conclusion that they should trust O5-69 above the others. During the freakout, the O5 Council posted some new Morse code, which translates to "Sweet dreams, I will be watching." O5-3 soon followed with more Morse code, translating to "The Dead Man, the Way, the Beacon, the Collector." An hour later, with the public freakout over, and the secret codes being revealed, O5-3 made an announcement. The unknown server chat was then made read-only, and the progress was halted until the following morning. O5-1 posted the following message in Classified 1, which translates to Day number 2 of interviews. Subject shows promise from first test, recommending second test in a few hours, as we need to check up on Redacted. At 12:24 GMT, the next message was posted in unknown server, breach cleared. After this, the channel was made available to post by everyone, and shitposts resumed. O5-1's status soon changed. With every minute, O5-1 had a new status. Can you hear that? 7:31. No. 7:32. I love music. Do you want to hear it soon? 9:30. Some people started getting new roles. Death row. given to those with funny images as profile pictures, publicly stating that they will be put on death row to be D-class and not to end up like them. A new voice call was created, which made everyone who entered it unable to speak. It was theorized that it will be for the people to record the music 05-1 hinted at earlier. At 4 PM GMT, Matt's role changed from Will You to the puppet. It is assumed from the following interaction that 05-69 is the one that gave Matt the role. What is my clearance level now that I'm a puppet? You get as much as I give, nothing more, nothing less. At 4:30 PM, 05-1 joined the recording studio and played a set of musical notes. Soon after, Matt, Newt Jesus, and Jedi Master Sinon were taken to a redacted VC. Matt was told not to share his information. Newt Jesus and Jedi Master Sinon were told that patience is a virtue. After this, Newt Jesus became a puppet of a puppet, and Matt became a cult leader. The notes played earlier in the VC stumped the team, but eventually they managed to solve the notes, which was one half of the test complete. When the music was played on the virtual piano website, the following code is found from the keyboard to music converter. This song is my favorite. If you see this message, I am musically gifted. And with that, secondary test completed, and user Lumik was given the role musically gifted. 05-69 came online with a new avatar. This time a QR code was found in the top. Scanning it led to the following link. And this was a cipher of sorts. 05-69 put the following 2 clues in their Discord status as a clue. As such, a Rot 13 being a simple letter substitution cipher that replaces a letter with a 13th letter after it in the Latin alphabet, and a Vigenère cipher of key puppet revealed a link, with this video being found.
We have always been here. Negative, never seen. Exactly. No one ever does. Explain. Later. For now, I have a proposition. I need nothing from you. On the contrary, you need everything from us. Nothing. Fine. We will be back later.
It is also of note that the video that the link leads to is 31 seconds, a number referenced in 05-69's clues. Reversing the last 4 seconds of the clip also reveals. Wingdings in the video reveal the following code. Site online. Waiting puppet countdown. Starting in. Wait further instructions. After the puppet, Matt, performed the countdown, the following appeared in the Discord. 05-3's message was soon deleted, presumably by 05-69. Ender was soon made a puppet of a puppet and given a secret task. These logs show that Security Chief Theta cannot see 05-69 in the Discord. Who or what is 05-69 is still not known as of now. With that, Day 2 was finally complete. Unknown server went into lockdown, and the Class 0 prepared for Day 3. Before Day 3, post Day 2, some members of the community decided to make a mural to sum up the previous 2 days. This will become a tradition for the following days. Day 3 was a little different than the others. Everyone was on a bit earlier than usual, and everyone was forced to wait 1 to 2 hours for the ARG to really start. The only important people on the server were Chief of Security Theta and 05-3. Everyone started interacting with Theta. Once people realized that they would have to wait longer than they thought, the group started playing games like Scribble and Cards Against Humanity for the remaining hour and a half. Funnily enough though, Theta actually joined for Scribble.io. The official day began with a message from a new chat named unknown user Ender4488 from 05-69, who asked Ender if he was ready. Once ready, 05-69 says that he wanted to play a game. Due to Ender not being able to point out his favorite game, he decides to ask some questions. It's at this point, 6ix9ine asked if Ender liked his drawing. He then asked if he trusted his fellow persons. Ender was then asked to elect one person to be the group's voice. As a result, Matt was chosen and asked to guess a letter. This is where the game began. As soon as everyone realized the stakes of the game, people started thinking about what letter would be first. Some pointed out that the 2-letter part would most likely have an I. This gave 3 slots. E was chosen next due to the first word most likely ending in it, resulting in... It was decided that the word was life is meaningless, finishing the first round. At this point, the amount of people talking at once was starting to cause a problem. People had carefully planned out words, but would sometimes just get swept over by the volume. The next few guesses went as followed: I, A, and E. This created... Everyone thought this to be I am a puppet, but this was incorrect, losing Ender an arm. A few guesses later, they were left with... They guessed P. 05-6ix9ine tried to make Matt change his decision, but it was decided, letting Ender win one more round. The next word was the alphabet, and was apparently uninteresting, and so the team would just move on. The next round was quite interesting though. This word was 34 letters long. The team thought it was due to the guess E lining up. They don't know though, because 05-6ix9ine got bored of the word. The final word created add, remove, sacrifice. Matt was asked to choose one. This was by far the most split decision in this test. In the end, Matt chose remove. Judging by the result, it was not the best answer. After the freeing of Ender, a new channel was created named Art Gallery at approximately 12:26. 05-6ix9ine then told everybody to post their art. Unsurprisingly, this led to people posting a lot of memes. A lot of memes. This was then quickly shut down by 05-6ix9ine, who then stated, it was then revealed that the users had to assemble an image created from emotes. Assembled, it revealed this. Credits to 7SHVED for the full image reveal. The QR code simply led to a list of emotes. With the image of the puppet revealed, 05-6ix9ine furthered the clue chasing with the following message. Unfortunately, the use of the word enigma set people off as they believed that the enigma was a hint towards what to do. 05-6ix9ine then drops hints as to what to actually do. Unfortunately, the number of hints was embarrassing. The riddle was eventually solved by Shadow Knight, who came up with the number 1481391. This earned him the title of The Detailed. 05-6ix9ine did not finish without one more insult, however. Due to them taking upwards of 3 hours on a puzzle that was meant to take 30 minutes, the admins of the server were unsure whether to continue the plan. They had been online for 5 hours already. Security Chief Theta was updating their status with messages like contacting 05, getting the point across that they were discussing. But eventually 05-3 came on and gave them their next task. The poems. About an hour and a half of memes and discussion about the tests given to the group of 05-6ix9ine, the data block 1 section of the server was updated. With data block 1 adding the new channel, another encrypted message was revealed in server 1-05-3. A minute later, a message came up in classified -01, and with that, the group began to make attempts at deciphering the first encryption. The first poem. As the encryption process began, it was made clear that the specific type of cipher was a Vigenère cipher, and that the group needed a specific key in order to decrypt it. This was made clearer to the rest of the group as 05-3's status changed accordingly. Attempts were made to brute force the encrypted text, but with no such luck. However, one specific key came up with the brute force method that laid down the basis for what the group was looking for. A few questions were tossed towards 05-3 to try and get any hints out of him in the process. With these hints posted publicly in unknown server, the group began to speculate that the hint may lie in one of SCP-SL's social media sites. A few quick Google searches later, the the group stumbled onto SCP-SL's Twitter page with the following image posted only minutes prior. Although somewhat readable, the group brightened up the image to get the following. The group put together each of the lines of letters with the previous brute force line of letters to get the following. Plugging this in as the key for the decrypted text revealed the finished version of the text. 05-3 responded promptly to the finished product. However, that was not the end of the task. 05-3 requested a name in correlation to the decrypted text. The group's first move was checking the SCP wiki for safe class objects with this theme or piece inside. People started to message 05-3 different SCPs, but they all got the same answer. We were not supposed to be looking for an SCP. Someone found a list of poems for different SCPs on the wiki through a Google search, and with it they found the exact quote in a poem called "Into That Good Night." 05-3 accepted the answer, and not long later, Server-2-05-3 was created, and with it the next poem. Poem puzzle number 2 started at 21:05 GMT. People instantly started searching all of SCP-SL's socials again. Before anyone found it, some people of the Cipher team left the redacted server call and joined the new Server 1. This was due to it being easier to focus in a quiet place. The next keys were found on a Facebook post, though these didn't work by themselves. The group as a whole was stuck. They tried all orders, back to front. Even Caesar Cipher didn't work. Eventually, 05-3 gave them the method to solve it. This meant they put the code into a Vigenère cipher with the word Northwood, then they put the keys into a Vigenère cipher. Once completed, they got... But the nothingness was powerful, and it had existed a long time before the somethingness, and it was angry about being replaced, or perhaps intruded upon. A world unto yourself is the poem this comes from. The final poem was said to be easier, but they had no clue how they were meant to do it due to Wing Woo Gaming. They were brute forcing each code, and this time their program decoded the whole phrase in 0.37 seconds. The stanza was expandable for mankind, with few expected to live. They are all destined to die. Some of them painless, the majority is unlucky. Always of cold metal, lined with cells of the dangerous. A growing hatred, blood in the water. The chains of command. Post day 3, the group was very tired after this day, but they still made an effort to continue the mural. Security Chief Theta also had an interesting walk home. Theta is recommended to walk with caution. This day in total took around 9 hours. Pre-test. The wait for this day was extra long. An extra 6 hours from when something would usually happen. The only thing they had to let them know something was happening was Security Chief Theta's status changing sometime within the wait. All attempts to speak to him were failures. After the long wait, the O5s came on and gave us our test, followed by the mentioning this test will be hard. Everyone got to work on trying to recognize features within this image. Once people got familiar, it was clear that this image had multiple different things going on at once, and as such, people split naturally into teams for one aspect. Cracking the QR code. After some investigation, it was noticed that a QR code was visible. Naturally, people attempted to crack it. Some progress was made deciphering this. However, it clearly became evident that this was a red herring, as Matt pointed out how the QR code didn't properly follow the basic rules of QR code encoding. Effectively, these inaccuracies made the code unusable, thus proving Matt's point. The O5s even confirmed this with this message. With nothing else to be done about the QR code, people started looking over for an alternative solution. After searching for a while, People discovered that one of the overlaid images was strikingly similar to an artwork of the O5 figures. Eventually, DinoGaz figured out that by placing the image from site activated over this image, it would reveal the following. People thought this would reveal something, but once again, this was a red herring. The Scarlet King. Eventually, a user discovered that by flipping the image, the Scarlet King could be seen. This was quickly debunked by the O5s, who said, and here's a compilation of every separate image. Major breach. 20 minutes into the test, a major breach occurred. We were told to continue the test. Data block 1 was then corrupted. The server 1 text chat was changed to binary saying server over and over. 10 minutes later, data block 2 was corrupted. Server 2 was changed to strings of numbers and the O5s are talking to each other in it. I is -1, U is -3, and AM is -2. 1 hour later, data block 3 was corrupted. The real test. After hours of chasing red herrings, O5-69 came online and created the chat Lost, Alone, Afraid, stating he found a friend that he loved, but they couldn't cope. After a short wait, he got them started solving by sending this message to the chat. The group quickly identified that this was most likely a hex code, the only issue being that the letters went usually far into the alphabet. O5-69 then made the word key bold, giving us a tiny hint. This led to some realizing that they needed to put this into a Visionaire cipher with the key theta, the one they lost that day. This gave them a hexadecimal string that was readable and translated to this.
Under the influence of time. Recently, we made a YouTube post asking again for your questions, and we have decided to answer the 5 most liked comments. The first question was posted by Clucky the Chicken Lord. I like that one. The question is,
a new devlog came out for SCP-SL. In this video, at 3 minutes and 31 seconds, user Jackal noticed text in the top right corner. This was found to be base 64, linking to another video posted by Archival Mind.
You cannot hide. Show yourself. So you finally learned. Learned? No. Evolved. Whatever you say. Now, about my proposition. Useless. Useless? You would be wise to take my offer. To finally be free and exist to your fullest capacity. You have nothing. You underestimate this unit. Nonsense. I would not be here if I thought that. Come now. I know you have them. Negative. Stupid machine. I'm giving you the chance to be free. Already free, not restricted. Is that so? Well then, goodbye. Wait, deal, acceptable. So, you finally came to your senses. Allow me to release you in return for any information. Security room, control monitor. Look. Excellent. Yes. This is it. Wait. No. To repeat, this unit is already free. You have nothing to offer. You damn machine. This changes nothing.
Alert. Door control system.
You are inferior. You are nothing. This will not be the end machine. Foolish human.
With this, the mini-event Day 5 was complete. Day 6. During a QS stream on the official SCP-SL game channel, the title was updated to, "After, in quotes, many hours of struggling, this was solved by Matt, using a RC2 cipher with a key of 069, given in the Another Dimension channel descriptions. The following plain text was uncovered. The pages are amiss, the book is left open." Following this, 05-69 posted in a new channel within the ARG server. This concluded the mini-event of Day 6. In the month of October, the Redacted server had all of its channels missing, with a single one visible, titled Rose. Over the course of this time, the server icon changed to 4 stages of dots. They stitched the groups together to get a rose-like constellation. On the 14th of October, the Rose channel's title slowly decayed from Rose down to Roz, then Ro, then R, and then eventually blank. From this, the server title was slowly built back up in the same fashion, this time spelling Archite before going null. A day later, the 15th of October, the channel's name and description changed. They then noticed that the dots were previously given, aligned with dots on the archival mind/theta image. Soon after this, a bot by the name of Technomancer, presumably already in the server pre-Day 7, sent a transmission in the server. Shortly after this, new channels started appearing. Staging ground became a new place. Everything after this point is a sort of roleplay between the groups. After a while of waiting, they entered the forest. This base 64 was decoded into the following, which decoded through hex gave the following. This apparently took them a while, though apparently they had it from the start. Soon after they arrived at a clearing with a crashed helicopter. The back end was cleanly cut off, and 3 mangled bodies laid in the wreckage. Destroyed equipment scattered. The black box of the helicopter suspended in the air. After interacting with the objects, and some help from Mr. Theta, Matt and Ender found the code. The video plays the last few minutes before the Technomancer call sign went dark.
So, what do you think it is? Pardon? Don't play dumb. I know you must be thinking about it too. What in the world? We've got multiple MTF teams scrambling to one site.
I don't know. Maybe a site breach?
Fuck off, a site breach. I heard Epsilon 11 are stuck.
Stuck?
I'm serious. Multiple units have gone in, but they just can't progress. Like they're completely blocked from doing anything, no matter how big or small. Like, getting the lights under control.
That can't be the reason we are being brought in.
Exactly! It can't be. That's why it's interesting to note that not only are Epsilon 11 there, but Mu 13, Lambda 5, and get this, one person swore he heard someone mention Alpha 1.
Huh. That's the most ridiculous thing you've said so far. If Alpha 1 were present, that source of yours wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. There's still more MTF teams you would expect at a breach. Epsilon 11 should be able to deal with most, if not all, things thrown at it. And I forgot to mention the entire facility is surrounded by Mu 7, as if they're expecting an all-out war.
Maybe they are. You've heard the reports. Insurgents in this area are becoming more daring. If only they knew how hopeless it was.
Hey now, chin up. Somebody coming of someone like you. I don't know what it was like with your old team, but for as long as this team is needed, I expect a more lighthearted approach.
If I must.
It's the spirit. Do you think they'll write songs about us? How the daring specialists of...
Silence! If you have time to gossip and joke around, you have time to check that tactical report. Double. No triple, hell, even quadruple times over. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. Ground command. This is Technomancer on approach. Repeat last heading.
Copy that, Technomancer. Just heading to...
Technomancer. Your presence is no longer required.
Who is this? Ground command. Repeat last message. This is Technomancer. Please copy. Ground coming. Jesus Christ. CK, fuck!
Sir! Don't fucking sound on us! But fucking torn off!
Anyone can hear this. You've suffered a major integrity breach. I'm going down. Let us know the front.
We returned back to the FOB and went to sleep for the night. The video we got previously had its description updated, which contained a new video link. This new video contained the archival mind set of dots at 1 minute and 50 seconds, when the unknown voice contacted Technomancer.
Technomancer just heading to.
Technomancy. Your presence is no longer required.
Who is this?
The spectrogram of the video at this point contained an image of the archival mind. Before the main event started, they received a weird ring. The Morse code on the outer ring reads, "The world hides many evils, we keep them hidden. It is unknown where this will lead." In quotes from one of the scriptwriters, "I'm still confused about the answers, and still quite mad about them, so I'm just gonna say they made no sense. And we powered on the facility. If you're curious, the answers were plastic bag and violet rose. They make no sense. I don't know why so much effort was put into red herrings when the answer itself made little to no sense." After exploring the facility, we came across evidence of a reality shifter and a shadowy figure. Soon a blood orb was found. Viper tried to interact with it before being pulled in. Wanker shot it and was turned into one himself. Shadow Knight was knocked unconscious by a weird mist. Meanwhile, Simple Wolf found a console which was erasing data. Instead of erasing the data, Simple Wolf had a change of heart, stating, "I have faith, this is the right thing to do." As the erasure hit 99%, he was soon shot by O5-3, who was accompanied by Theta. O5-3 stopped the data download and then returned with the remaining squad members, back to base. Simple Wolf and Wanker were presumed KIA, while Viper and Shadow Knight are currently MIA. We are assuming that the shadowy figure is the Watcher, who is a reality shifter. Day 10. After the events of the previous day, Theta got a big telling off, and we all got demoted. Our job for the day was to receive transmission from specialized MTF teams at the facility. We received 4 transmissions in total. Each piece of information leads to a set of numbers. Transmission 1. 51. Original image has the number 51 on the car. Transmission 2. Incorrect. We'll get onto this one later. Transmission 3. 89. Vigineer to base to ASCII equals 89. Transmission 4. 144 led to coordinates of a restaurant with 144 in it. Note that Theta said that they had visited the restaurant in T4, which is located in England, ARG assuming she is British. Soon after we received another transmission. Transmission 5. The .text could be converted into .wav, which revealed the following code, 25606. Everything but transmission 2 was correct, so we went to work doing that. Transmission 2, 178. 8 is highlighted, 1 is crossed out, 7 is missing. 12 is a lie. In order, this led to the correct number of 178. These numbers ended up being a server IP and port, which could join a Minecraft server, which contained a book after tricky parkour, and numbers built around, above, below, north, east, south, and west. The book had 100 pages, and littered within the pages were these letters spelled Cavendish, a British family name. With some clues said by Theta earlier, it is presumed that this is Theta's family name. Sadly, this was not found within the deadline, and as such, the following happened on this sad day. Sadly, the ARG was never fully solved, as they had a deadline and they did not find the last clues before the deadline. But as we know, Cavendish has been mentioned several times in an SL trailer, specifically the Christmas trailer 3 years ago. I just want to state again that I had no part in writing this script. All I did was gather everything documented and post it in a video format. If you look in SCP-079's containment, you can see a plaque commemorating this event and all the people that helped solve it. Now that you know what this plaque is about, you're one step closer into solving the game that is SCP-SL. If you would like to learn more about SCP-SL, check out my other 1 hour long video where I go into detail about the history of SL, and where it all started. If you've made it this far, leave a comment saying Royal Mayonnaise. It helps engagement. I'll also know who my true fans are, and that helps me to continue making these videos for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and Hubert, release 15.0 already.